All right, you're here because you've been struggling in math and maybe you just don't know how to stop struggling. So, I'm going to give you three things that you can do that are highly effective in getting the results that you want. Okay, and it doesn't take much time. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to be doing is to pay attention in class. Now, don't leave me because I know this isn't always easy to do. I know my mind wanders easily, especially if it's something that is hard to take in or I just don't enjoy. So, in order to combat that issue, start writing things down. So, the first thing you can do when you get into your math class, get out a piece of paper and just write the date on there and the day of the week. So, it's easy to find later. Okay. And then write down whatever the topic is that your teacher is talking about that day. And then begin to write down some of the things that they're saying. Like try to pick up as much as you can. You're not going to write everything down, obviously, but write down in general what they're saying. And then the key part of all of this, they're going to give you some example problems. You want to write those down in detail. So you want the problem, if there's a formula involved, you want to write down the formula. You want to write down all the steps and um, record all of that information that you can. Okay. Now, the reason that you want to do this and write down all the examples is because your teacher has done this hundreds, thousands of times, and they make it look really easy. I mean, how many times have you watched them do something and you're going, yeah, yeah, okay, I get it, I get it. And you get home to do homework and you're like, I don't get it. I missed something. But it's like everybody. It's like Steph Curry. You watch him play basketball and he's a genius on the court. So how does he get that way? Well, he's put in a lot of time and a lot of hours, and he makes it look effortless. So anybody at the top of their game, that's how it's going to look to you. All right. So second thing I want you to do, and this is where you're going to take about 15 minutes every night out of your day, which is not hard to do. Even set a timer. Okay. And what you want to do is you want to rewrite your notes. It doesn't have to look pretty. Don't go all out unless you want to, if you want to make it fancy. I have a friend that makes these books. I'll show you one. Okay. She does these little journals. So, anyway, if you're artistic and you want to do that, do it for more than 15 minutes. Okay. So, but for 15 minutes, rewrite the notes, the same thing, put the date on there and the day of the week, put the topic on there, and all the notes that you took and all the example problems. Okay. That's step number 2. Step number 3 is where you're going to start seeing the difference in your math grade. What I want you to do is all of those example problems that your teacher gave you, I want you to rework them out. So write out the problem and start going through the steps. Use your notes. It's not cheating, you're learning, okay? So use your notes, but do it all by hand. Try not to use the calculator on any of this because it might cause you to lose some steps, but you want to kind of get all that into your head, like really store it well. So do it all on paper, work it out. Feel free to use a calculator to check your answers and make sure you've done it right. But just rework those problems out. Now you can save those if you want in another, you know, area, or you can put them in your journal if you want to. Okay, so I say journal. I like to use this because it's got graph paper. I can do graphs or whatever on it. There's the graphs. But you can use just regular notebook paper. It really doesn't matter. Don't worry about those details. You're focused on the math. So 3 things. Number 1, focus by writing down what the teacher's talking about. And the second thing to do is rewrite everything for clarity. And then the third thing is to rework all the example problems. Now, remember, there's not a lot of example problems. There's probably only going to be two or three. Okay, this is not going to take you much time, and it probably won't take more than 15 minutes. The beginning, it might take you a little bit longer because you're just getting in the groove. You know, that's okay. Go ahead and do it because it's going to benefit you. Don't skip a day if you can. If you skip a day, get back on track. You want to do this every day, even if you think you haven't learned anything new, go ahead and do it anyway. All right. I hope this helps. If you got any questions, make sure you let me know and I'll do what I can to help you out. All right. See you in the next one.